Alright guys, today's the day. Get the wagon spun around, start working on the front end. If you want to watch me struggle, we will get this thing turned around. Let's go. What's up guys, happy Friday. Out of work early today, out here in the shop where it's a balmy 58 degrees because here in PA got about 16 degrees out there with record lows coming tonight. So we're gonna stay hiding in the garage. If you saw the last video, we got the Mercedes spun around and the front end up in the air so we can start working on the front. Spin the camera around, show you guys what we're working on. As you can see, I got all the front suspension and steering linkage out. And just like the rear end, got everything here in piles. I like to keep everything until I have the new stuff that I'm using, make sure everything matches up, it's gonna work. The backing plates, front knuckles are gonna get cleaned up and reused. I will get new bearings put in there. And then obviously I got new control arms, steering linkage, Bilstein struts, and of course the bag is coming. But until then, we're working on the front end here. Now this will get cleaned up and painted in here, but before I do so, if you don't know, on these Mercedes s124 cars, these spring pockets where the original coil spring would go tend to be a weak point right in here. In my opinion, it's probably on a lot of the cars that are corroded and rusty in here, tends to weaken the welds. But just for safe measure, even though mine is in good shape, I have been cutting cardboard templates and then transferring them to steel. And I'm gonna make some gussets just like that. Get a weld around the front side and back side, and another gusset here on the back side. That way I can just have that peace of mind that I go over a pothole or a speed bump, those things aren't going to fold up on me when I'm done and then have to dive back into the car once I'm done and just wanting to enjoy it. So we'll get those welded in, get cleaned up, and then hopefully the suspension will be here. Just like we did in the rear, we'll get the bags in, get the lines ran back here to the compressor and management is, and shop air to get this thing pumped up, sitting on all four wheels, because ultimately I like to have this thing sitting roughly at ride height before I do any kind of engine swaps. Then being is bagged, you want to be low, so that original oil pan there I would like to keep roughly at the same height. That way we can lay this thing out, because the rest of the bottom of the car is pretty flat. All you see is the muffler sticking down there that's not going to be there anymore. So on some of the next coming videos after I got the suspension done, which I will show you when that happens, we're going to start going through this mess and seeing what we can reuse, getting rid of everything we don't want to or not going to reuse, and see how the LS fits in there. So stay tuned. Slow progress, but whether it's a couple minutes, couple hours over the weekend, that's what gets it done. Got to stay motivated. So catch you guys on the next one. Side shot Sunday. Although we're not working on that right now. But what we do got is parts. Parts arrived sooner than expected, and you can never be mad at that. New control arm bolts for the Mercedes, as well as new lower control arms. Could have rebuilt the old ones, but honestly, just wasn't worth my time, and I didn't feel like it when I can just get new ones. I got the steering tie rods. This is the steering dampener and the drag link, as well as 2 wheel bearing rebuild kits for the front and an idler arm rebuild kit. So we pretty much have everything here to get the suspension back together, minus the bags. I didn't order the bags yet because I didn't expect this stuff so soon. And of course the Bilstein struts to finish things off here in the front. Spent a good part of Saturday out here. A little bit of an update. The gussets we talked about in the last video, got them welded in, and as you can see, got the wheel wells all cleaned up and painted on both sides. So that's all ready to go back together. Paint's dry. Had the heat on out here in the garage to help things out. I also did take the Commonwealth brackets here, and I don't know if it would have been an issue, but again, I just did it while everything was apart and easier. Some people say once these are mounted to the control arms, these brackets would come up and interfere, and when you're not quite all the way out of your shock compression, so you're not quite as low as you can go. So I trimmed about 3/4 of an inch off of these and put some paint on the edges to clean things back up, because I don't want to be together and this bracket hit and be the holding up point of us getting low. So did that yesterday as well. And also to help us get a little lower, which no big secret, I know a lot of guys do this. These are new top hats for the struts, and these are off an R129 Mercedes. As you can see, compared to the old top hats, this top here protrudes a good inch, maybe inch and a half farther than the original ones. So that'll give us that much more drop. And yes, obviously they come in from the bottom side, but they will bolt right in to the original existing locations. So stay tuned, we're gonna get this back together, get it on all fours, and see what we're working with.